This day 951 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi was sponsored last Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Pashas Vayigash, L'Chovot Shabbos Kodesh by a generous donor, and we thank him very much for his support. Today we are doing Siman Tov Reish Mem Hey, Sif Hey, to Tov Reish Mem Sif Hey, sorry, to Tov Reish Mem Sif Yud Beis. Hey, Chasar Ben Ramah, the Sif Gimel. The Misha make his dam chai b'sukkah. Somebody who's let blood, and said bloodlet, he's chai b'sukkah ha'osham. Zumi agos ha'shri, this one agos ha'shri, because of a tam rights, mishum d'loah b'chayla. He's not sick, el adarabba. Contrary, some mech. Somebody who's making his dam is supposed to be happy, umar b'vachliv shasiyah, and supposed to eat more and drink more. Behold, l'ah v'lelakis b'moed. Besides that, shouldn't have let the blood during Yontif, either before or after Kal Shono. Be advarim haim parts of Gadol. Lo married b'choila make his time not talking about a sick person who's having his blood let. That's what they did in order to fortify their bodies, like these don't regularly have blood let. They cousin when they let the blood, he make and they were happy. And they ate and drank a lot. Can anyone get a chayla? So it's not a chayla who should put the yuftam and sukkah. She exempt from sukkah. Voted by in front of another proof. Shein cousin monomin sukkah. That laying blood is not preventive in sukkah. The maya mon it would prevent him from doing so. Lavi like he's been white. Which in the chol came show said the tzaddik since he's scheduling it at his own convenience. Avavadim b'shul eis machla, but for some illness, eis michos, even some ache. Make his dam, he's letting his blood, but sukkah loya follow, and so it's not conducive for his to his recovery. Shita shabatim in sukkah is obviously exempt from sukkah. Also, and for somebody who has a stomach ailment, to look at mashka and he took a medication which is a laxative. The kashla of yeshiva sukkah, it's difficult for him to sin the sukkah, but the sukkah is exempt from sukkah. Bracket says here by Mogav Rav Sikandal Shedima Zeh Le. He makes a parallel between the person with stomach ailment and the person who lets blood. Fainted them, it's not comparable. The Garam Lov Neshloya Beyond or Zura Gazel. I made this comparison because he didn't have a copy of the Zura. The Taz, however, correctly deduced what the Orzura says. Vod mitzar plus sukkah. Somebody who's in a state of anguish is exempt from sukkah. Klomar, my idea is sukkah bolotzar. If through the sukkah he gets anguish, he loyal but sukkah. If he doesn't find the sukkah loyal tzar, he wouldn't have tzar. He would not have this anguish. If he can't sleep or lechol the sukkah in the sukkah, ne'azvuvin because of flies or parushin or moths, etc. Only or because it's windy, or because it's a bad smell, or because gets there, but is exempt. Even though it's not going to make him ill. Nevertheless, this is also included in. You don't have to sit there if it's not a wet place you would want to dwell. The person doesn't normally dwell in a habitation which causes him anguish. He lets him and he leaves it. I'm here to Yotzim in Sukkah, so he leaves the Sukkah. The first night, I feel mitzvah, even if he's in a state of anguish. He has to be Sukkah. I couldn't see design. Already explained the blind Rishon a little bit in Teshu came to do. That you don't have to have fulfillment of Teshu came to do. I ain't shown because you know that from a different pasuk, the obligation of the first night. Mishnah says, according to the poskim who part of the first night, obviously they're going to and they're part from when it's raining. So here also they're going to say mitzvah is part of the first night. So therefore he says a person in practice, somebody who's mitzvah for a night of sukkah will conduct himself in the same manner as he conduct himself in terms of what to do when it's raining on the first night. Zayin, only he's exempt, not the people who are serving him. Only a person who's sick requires people to mishamishim. It's compelled to have somebody serve him because of his state. But a healthy person, those people who are serving him are not like him. If not, if that was not the case, a rich woman who has many servants, give to kulam sukkah. That's why we example sukkah. She's singing outside sukkah. But they're serving her. Here it's similar. It's not similar to people who are watching fruit that they have to stay outside the sukkah because they have to safeguard the fruit that shouldn't be stolen. I'm shamshing lot in body, but people who serve a healthy person, it's only for it's an extra pampered service, let's call it. The chiyuv nezev two minutes sukkah, but it said that they be exempt from sukkah for pampering this healthy person. But to me, it would be astonishing. The Shabbat says that if he's a hired hand to serve someone, and the entire year he's not eating, doesn't eat or drink in his home, eat and sleep in his own house, because he's serving that person. So therefore, on Sukkot he should be allowed to do so, which is the significant kula over what the Arukh HaShulchan seems to be saying. The HaShulchan seems to be saying the Mishamash, no matter what, is chayav, whereas the Mishnah wants to say it depends on the Shamash's teshuvah to do for the rest of the year. Hey, but ches v'dafka shabalu atzar b'mikra achasha sukkah. It's only if the anguish comes upon him by happenstance after he made the sukkah. V'shalosh asa shama sukkah, when he made the sukkah, there loy atzar, that tzar did not exist there. You're not allowed to deliberately make a sukkah, a place where you know you're going to have anguish because of the wind, or a reach, or the smell, or a place where there are insects. The Ramah writes that if somebody makes a sukkah in such a place, it's not a sukkah at all. He doesn't fulfill his obligation. This is what he writes. He put him made it initially in a place where he has anguish, in eating or drinking, or in sleeping, or he can't do these in sukkah. It's a bad neighborhood, right? He has afraid of bandits or ganavim or thieves. When he's doing sukkah, any other sukkah cloud. You know, not yotzei that sukkah at all. I feel dvarim shalom mitzvah b'hem. Even if you're even in, I'm not sure exactly what it means, and Arukh HaShulchan can explain in the next sif. Things which you're not in anguish on account of them. This is not like a dwelling that you're a permanent abode, in which you can do all your needs. End quote. There's Mr. Brewer, he has in Shvaibi on the next sip, but let's read it here because that's where he puts it. Mr. writes to some Acharonim argue, and even though Chatchila, you shouldn't make a sukkah where you can't fulfill all the aspects of sukkah properly. Now it's b'yevet, you'd say that you did so when in things which you're not mitzvah. Sharatian says you have to be very careful about this. A bit cryptic. Hopefully, the next Arukh HaShulchan Sif test will help us understand this. Test is what beer. What the more writes is requires analysis. In that's the case in hot countries, where the flies all over the place. However, in the opposite, Medinas Akaros, in cold countries, Shakor Goto, where it's very cold, you might be it's almost impossible to sleep there. That's example ourselves altogether from a sukkah because we can't really fulfill properly. But this is the way to understand it. There are Teshu came to do. Swing the sukkah as you dwell in your permanent abode. Sukkah can basically russell. Sukkah be like your house and your abode. But it's well known. A person who makes a dwelling place, he's going to look for the optimal location. If he has an optimal location, the place is not optimal. He's going to choose the optimal location. So if none in the entire environment, there's nothing optimal. He has to make do wherever he can. If all places are not optimal, because they're too hot and they're too cold, he's got to make the best of it, make whatever sukkah he can. When he has a choice. Such as in this place, there's a wind or a bad smell. Also, in Perushim or insects, in another place in his locale, they're not there. He has to do a place where they're not to be found. Some he did a place where they are to be found. He doesn't feel his obligation. The ain't that came to do. It's not like a permanent abode. Therefore, we should not make a sukkah with just a rabbin. They know that also to us with just a rabbin. Person does not make a dira in with just a rabbin. Number Simta, but an alley near the mutter. An alley you can make a sukkah. Even though it's possible to be concerned with thieves. So you go new chafotzi, they're going to steal his objects. Come avidira. It's still a dira. Sure, needs no bias. You can be in the house when you're not using sukkah. And mechatzeres between kanavim. Also, then choreographed you find kanavim. But zesh chaser ben aman makom misyarm listening kanavim lo yisei dechol. So now Shlomo wrote that if you're in a place where you're afraid of bandits or robbers, you're not yotzei chiv. Zeh kshish chashash yivku begufa. That's in the place where you're afraid they're going to bodily harm you. Makom said vada ein roi l'shan klau. Place like that, you certainly can't sleep at all. Not because it's going to steal objects. Even still, a place where you live in a bad neighborhood where people are afraid. But nevertheless, I don't think you're not a kind of sukkah, mitzvah sukkah because people are afraid. It's a little bit difficult to say that. I think you have to take the Arukh HaShulchan further and say every place is going to be according to the prevailing conditions in that locality. And if the conditions are dangerous, then it's a sukkah with the dangers. But I'm also talking about a place where there are possible dangers and possible not dangerous. I think you have to extend it in that direction. Good. Somebody who the candles are extinguished in the sukkah on Shabbos, in their base when he has the candle at home. Muchas says sukkah is lastly the sukkah, the chomakomaneti, where the candle is. It's a sukkah, doesn't have to go to his friend's sukkah. Sheisham there, where there is candle, whatever, it's very difficult to do. Ad Kamshon, end quote. The Shemur says the first night you do have to make the effort and go to your friend's sukkah. But you make a bracha there, unless you have no tsar. Chayyim says in this kind of tsar you can make a bracha. And so in the first night you should be allowed to do that. Maybe the other nights not. Maybe that's what Mishnah said about the other nights you shouldn't make a bracha with tsar going to your friend's sukkah. Chayyim says that kind of tsar, which is obviously not intrinsic, but extrinsic because you want to stick by the other friend. Then you can make a bracha that makes sense. Okay, let's see what the Arukh HaShulchan says here. It sounds like if it's not a big bother. When you can, when your friend lets you come. Therefore, if your sukkah is dripping with rain, so that's why ain't of him, and your friend's sukkah is not dripping. You should go to him. It's not so distant from your house. The Ambos that Torah is not an exorbitant amount of effort involved. You have the sukkah, if the wind is coming to extinguish the candles, the sukkah mutali for sadino beged minatzad. You can put a sheet or a garment vertically. Horizontally under the schach akazon. You have to asur b'miktzah. You have to toss it and put it on the part of the schach mishum oil. Because you're making oil. The Brewer puts on Shams, it's appropriate not to distance the sheet more than 3 tefachim when it's schach, because then it's an oil, which gives you leniency within 3 tefachim. Chomoid also tachas kol schach. Chomoid it's also on the entire schach. Only do on the entire schach. Usually vatal schach when it's getting the schach. Yesh b'zeh not because of oil. Yesh b'zeh kaprati come compared to dealing there's many specifics. Here, Owens of the oven, these bars in Tezvov, and do the Shabbos. When the Bitla Schach, these bars even tough fresh Chaftes, also just again the Schach. Practice here, I'm going to Chesty, Muskavin, Lahagan, Yesh Latir. If you're doing it in order to protect yourself, then you should be Kri Matir, Saks to me, oh well. Or Saks to me, Vassal Schach, rather. You show me their opinions about it. In Oaks in Chol Tefach, Bate Shari. So it's not as make those Mishnah Brura up to 3 Tvachim, but a Tefach is maker. The base. Okos have also it's Mishloyo Holy Shamasuka. Somebody can't sleep sukkah. Machmash Shallow appreciate the regular, he can't extend his hands and legs. Lemikrim with start. It's not called start. Highly Shulchan, you have to sleep there. I've got to even you have to bend your hands and your legs, that kind of shana. The Raya Burla said there's clear cut evidence to this position of the Rambam. Mishir Sukkah from the measure of the Sukkah, that is Zain al Zain. Just 7 by 7 flocking. Be a Shali Shon Sham, appreciate your down line. Can't extend your hands and legs there. They don't make the shear. They don't make the shear zeh lachila. Can't say the shear is only for eating. I'll be trying to sukkah about to sleep and eat a large sukkah. They can't have a halach l'mosh v'sinai the fire shkamahi, because that's case and halach l'mosh v'sinai to tell us the size of sukkah in terms of sleeping. Yeshish are those who say the vadi imitchilas a sukkah ktana kazu chayv lishan. If you made a sukkah like this, where that's so small, you have to sleep there. That you've made deliberately. I'm mitchilas a sukkah gdola. But if initially made a blard sukkah, and then afterwards, for some reason, this got another sukkah becomes diminished, diminished. Because you have to sleep with your bending your limbs, having mitzvah, then your mitzvah putting you're exempt. Shmuel says no. You also have to sleep under those circumstances. And Arukh HaShulchan says it's nevertheless somebody who is kind of a spoiled, and he knows that for him it's going to be mitzvah to sleep there all crumpled up. He's indeed parted from sleeping there. Nevertheless, he's yotzei his chiyuv with eating there, since the time he made it was suitable. Back to Arukh HaShulchan. So the Taz asks on Ramah. Because it sounds, so he has a premise. There's a Taz. It's a premise that under those circumstances became small. You don't have to say that he asked on the Ramah. Not sure why it's questioned on the Ramah. But I know Omer Divrei Rabbeinu Ramah Burim B'tam on the Ramah is clear. This talk that the Chai Kavna mitzvah, but we're going to say this in case such a case is mitzvah and exempt. Ech tzivzot Torah lasos 12 sukkahs I can possibly say can make a sukkah it's like 7 by 7. If I did Rav Anoshi long because they're mitzvah, so must see most people, even if it's a bit cramped, it's not called mitzvah. So that's because Rabbeinu Ramah Chad was a Shono, and that's what the Ramah writes. Below you call it mitzvah, and a person can't say mitzvah, but that should derek the other mitzvah. That's which normally people have anguish from it. Akal Shono. Kabbalah Indian say means this specific thing. The shame of to sleep, bikfifa bent over. The game of the chaz crumpled up. The game of the chazinu shator tzivtzah came. So the Torah we see the Torah commanded this. We assume ain't there. Most people don't have anguish on this account. I was shy for other things. There's so many things in which it's called tsar, and other things are not called tsar. It's even more. It's all relative. Okay, Rav Yosef. In his sukkah, the wind was blowing, and loosening some splinters from the schach. His food. Said the example of sukkah because he's very sensitive. Both say can't tolerate this. I ain't sure. Obviously, not every person can say I'm very sensitive. Ella imkenshu unless it's well known that he is indeed sensitive. Sharatin says Magav writes that it has to be known that he's sensitive. From the Rishonim, it's much that other people don't have to know that he's sensitive. He has to know he's sensitive. That's enough, and that seems to be the case. From the Bach, the Bikurim Yaakov writes that also writes Magav it's not compelling. Anyway, Arukh HaShulchan goes on. Who's allowed to put on shoes? Account of the rain, Ein Sham. By sleeping crumpled up. Like we wrote, because the Torah calls this a legitimate sukkah, like we wrote. And bracket says you're a Taz, involved Nitchak was there, a few months later, he says Taz is difficulty, but we don't. And they said, Chacham Tzicholik, Amarcha, and Morocco, should be a Shari Chuvas, Konei, Bein, Dvar, Muchach, Mkala, and Sham, that Chacham Tzvi says is not Muchach.